Hey, how's it going everybody? It's me, Scott from One Last Hand. Welcome to Fighting Fantasy Adventures. If you don't know, Fighting Fantasy Adventures is an adaptation of the Fighting Fantasy books that were created by Steve Jackson and Ian Livingstone. This is a game designed by Martin Wallace. I picked this up at the UK Games Expo, and these books were a huge part of my youth. Essentially, you were using books to determine sort of the story, and you'd turn to different pages depending on what you wanted to do. So you might get to the end of a page and it would say, if you want to open the door, turn to page 52. If you want to fight the monster, turn to page 87. In those books, you'll have created a character, and those characters would have various skills. And this character in this instance is the Mage. You can see here they have a skill of 6, that's their combat strength. They have a stamina of 7, which is their health, and they have luck of 7, which is our ability to re-roll dice as we go through this game. We'll talk about combat and everything else and the heroes we've got and everything else as we go, but let's get into it without further ado. Really, we'll dive into it. What we do want to just talk about is I am going to be working my way through the sample adventure. This is the Orb of Lucis. Now, I picked that up while I was at UK Games Expo. The retail box is going to come looking like this. There is an unboxing video on the channel. We have our hero and ability cards. Every hero has a set of ability cards and they're based on the hero's level. We then have various adventures. So you can see here 1 to 5 adventures. The Warlock of Firetop Mountain. We've got the Forest of Doom, the Island of the Lizard King, the Siege of Stonebridge, and Death Trap Dungeon. Now, my understanding is these 2 adventures actually form one large adventure. What you get in each one of those adventure boxes is 2 decks of cards. You get a dungeon deck that's going to have various items, maps, and various other things. We won't show all of those, don't want to spoil it. And then we have our encounter cards, which are going to talk us through what happens when we first go into a room. You can see there's a load of those there as well. The way this game works, the mechanics of this game are pretty straightforward. We have a map over here, or mat over here. This is going to track our marching order. So you can see in this instance, our scout is going first, then our warrior, then the healer, then the mage. We might decide in the next room we want the warrior to go first. I'll show you how we can make some of those decisions in a bit. The other thing this map plays out to do is the combat map. So let's assume we went into a room and there was one enemy that we were fighting. You can see that we've put that one enemy out here. So letter A is in this column. Our scout is fighting that enemy. The rest of these aren't doing anything. Now, they could decide they don't want to take part in the combat, but equally they could decide to gang up on the enemy. If they do that, the round of combat will go between the scout, but then the warrior will have +1, the healer would have +2, and the mage would have +3 skill to their roll. What difference does that make? So let's use our mage as our example. He's got a skill of 6. We would take all of these dice and we'd roll all of them. We'd add the enemy's 2 red dice together and add it to their skill that's denoted on their card. We'd add ours together and we would add it to our skill. So in this case, we've got 6 + 4 is 10, plus another 6 from this card, plus 3 from this board. So we'd take our number, we'd look at their number, we'd look at the difference. Let's say we scored 19 and they scored 17. We would do 2 damage to the enemy. And that's how combat works. If we rolled really poorly, let's assume we got snake eyes over here, we could then spend a luck to re-roll these dice, or to re-roll all of these dice. We can do that as many times as we want for as many luck as we have. So we could then potentially re-roll and hope that we do better. In this case, we didn't do much better. And then you have to sort of pick your moments as to pull out of a fight or carry on. There are things that we have in our hands that will be able to help us. So the mage, for example, has some cards. Those cards are protection. Block all damage from one attack, either against you or another hero. Invisibility. Only the mage can become invisible, either automatically succeed when trying to avoid detection, which will be made clear in the adventure, or fight an entire combat at +2 skill. Reduce damage against you by 2. So pretty strong. And then 2 firebolts. We can target and lose the enemy and they lose 3 stamina automatically. This can count as resolving 1 round of combat, so you may choose to roll dice for combat. However, you may still do so if you will. Wish to not choose to roll dice, but you may still do if you want to. So that's our cards for the mage. I won't go through all the cards, we'll just show you our hero. So we've got the warrior here with 9 skill and 9 health. We've got the scout here with 7 skill and 7 health. And then finally we've got the healer with 7 skill and 8 health. And that is that. So we're going to be taking cards from our dungeon deck and laying them down. I'm actually going to read the encounter cards first because I think that will help us with the setting the scene. All of the decks come with these cards to put on top, so you can't see what's going to happen next on another card. The start. Beware, adventurers, your quest is to retrieve the Orb of Lucis. The precious orb is kept in a chest that can only be opened when 3 special coins are positioned in the correct way. To succeed, you must find the coins and the chest. Beware. Along your journey, you may encounter nasty creatures and deadly traps. As you pass through the doorway, you notice some writing engraved on the wall. It reads, "Beware, fortune hunters. The Orb of Lucis is protected by a fearsome guardian. Continue at your own peril." Okay, so the first thing we need to do is set our marching order. We're going to go with the scout first. We're ultimately always going to go with the scout first. A quick disclaimer, I've already played through this once. I didn't finish it, but I've played through this on Patreon as I was learning, but I don't want to spoil what's in those other packs. So we'll go through what we've been through before. We are then going to take the top of the dungeon deck. Now these dungeon cards come with a red side and a grey side. So if we zoom in a little bit, you can see we're going to put this card out on our map. We're coming in from this direction. We're going to put our, that's not it. We're going to put our little tracker here to say this is the room we are currently in. And what you can see, if we want to go north, there is a musty smell coming from this room. If we want to go south, there is a clicking sound. If we want to continue straight ahead, there is a sulfur smell. And we have to choose where we're going to go. So no more detail than that. That means we also have to determine our marching order, which we've already decided. And for the most part, I forget to do this a lot. I'll always lead with the scout generally. Okay, so we're going to go to room number 21, which is towards the musty smell. So we take our dungeon deck and we search for card number 21. And we put that down here. Okay, and then I'm going to look through my encounter deck and find card number 21 as well. And what we'll do, we'll get in the habit of reading the encounter card before we look at the dungeon card. So, you walk into a musty smelling room full of broken furniture and ruined clothes. If you wish to search the room, flip this card over. So let's tuck our room up here so you can see it. There we go. We'd make sure the room numbers match, so you can see number 1 is pointing toward number 21 and vice versa. And then we can flip this card over because we are going to search and we can have a little read. So, net. Discovering a net, you decide it may be useful and take it with you. Choose a hero to take this card. If you decide to use this net for any reason, read encounter 26. And you can see that at the bottom of this card, this is showing you what the item is. These 2 icons mean we can use it in combat or we can use it at any other time. I am going to give the net to our scout. Why not? Our scout has now got a net. So I've just tucked that underneath to remind us that we have a net there. We can now flip over this card because we have cleared room 21. So there you go, room 21 is done. I'm going to struggle with the camera angles a little bit until we get a big enough map to zoom it up but then you're not going to be able to read these descriptions on there. So I want to be able to let you see what some of these say. So we could go towards this clicking sound, but I'm actually going to head towards the sulfur smell. So 23. Our heroes continue their journey deeper into the chambers, the scout leading the way. If the scout is first in line, they will spot a trap and disarm it. If any other hero is first in line, they will trigger a fire trap, enveloping them in a searing flame and causing them to lose 2 stamina. Flip the dungeon card and notice the painting of 3 dragons on the wall. To investigate them further, flip this card. So we need card number 23. So there you go. We can see here is card number 23 with the trap on. The firebolts flying out there. But if we turn it over, you can see there is a clue in this room and a trap. We have cleared the trap because we led with our scout. We didn't have to roll forward anything. But there we go. There is some details on that card to tell us there was a clue. And if we flip this card over, we get scratching at the painting removes flakes of paint. Nothing special is revealed. The paintings are what they are. No other details on this card. We can tuck that out of the way. Now we haven't finished clearing this room, but I'm going to keep going. Clicking sound sounds bad. I'm going to come back to the clicking sound at some point. So we now have just room number 10. There's no information on room number 10. We're just going to keep going, I think. So let's find our encounter card. A chest sits on the floor next to a key. An inscription on it reads, "Whoever can open me owns me." This seems simple enough. If you wish to open the chest, choose a hero to make an attempt, then flip this card. I've got a little bit of knowledge here. I'm going to use our scout to open it. I think. I don't know if I can remember this correctly, but I'm going to use our scout. We flip this over. If the scout attempts to open the chest, they will succeed. Read encounter 31. Unfortunately, if any other hero attempts to open the chest, they break the deceptively fragile lock, sealing it shut. No further attempts can be made. So first things first, let's get our dungeon card for number 10. Here we go. So we can see on this card we have a digging sound. We have 11 and 13 that lead to something without any real description, and the smell of sulfur heading back the way we came. I'm going to flip this over because we are opening this card. I now need to find card number 31, and we'll have a little read of that. What you'll find in this game, some of it will be about dying. They expect you to die, and they expect you to come back and play again with the things that you've learnt. The cloak of invisibility. Inside the chest, the scout discovers a cloak alongside a small scroll that explains how the cloak works. Nice, got instructions. That's nice. According to the scroll, the cloak is magic and will render the wearer invisible. As the effect only lasts for a short period of time, you must choose carefully when you wish to wear it. It also tells you to hand wash only with soap flakes. Only the scout may use this cloak. When they choose to do so, flip this card. I'm going to tuck this way round, but we've got a cloak of invisibility and a net on our scout right now. Okay, so this card is done, and we've flipped card number 10 over. Now we can choose where we're going. Are we going towards the digging sound? Do we want to go up towards 11? Do we want to go down towards 13? I'm going to go up towards 11, I think. I can't remember which direction I went before, so this will be interesting. Number 11. Here, a mighty warrior guards a jar. He's not going to let you have it without a fight. In fact, he's going to fight you anyway. If you defeat the mighty warrior, investigate the jar by flipping this card. Okay, number 11. So we've got our first combat. Let's jump out to this map and we'll put number 11 down. Now, this is going to I'll just show you very quickly. This is what combat looks like. The mighty warrior is here. He has 11 skill and 8 health or stamina. I'm going to tuck this over here just beside us for now so we can see who we're fighting. and we are going to choose the fighting order. Now the scout has to go first because they will enter the room first. We're then going to put our warrior, we'll then put our healer, we'll put our mage last because that's in order of combat skill or skill. So the mage has got 6 skill plus 3 puts them up to the same skill as the warrior if the warrior was at the front of this fight. Okay, so we are fighting them. They've got 11 strength, so we're all at a disadvantage from the get-go. We do have some skills that we can use. We could use a firebolt, for example. The mage have a skill, the warrior has a skill that we can add to our roll instantly. We've got Mighty Blow. If you inflict 1 or more damage on the target, then you can play this card to inflict a further 3. We've got Block, which will block damage, obviously. Our scout has Dodge. We can ignore all damage inflicted, and then 3 improved reactions, which will add 2 to each roll. Most of these skills will be once per adventure. And then we've got Courage. Play this card before a dice is rolled. Choose another hero. They gain +2 skill for the entire combat. I am going to do that. I'm going to use Courage straight away. I'm going to tuck it here to remind me. Who are we going to use it on? Let's use it on... So the Scout has got 7. That would put us on 9. I'm going to use it on the Warrior, I think, because that gives us an advantage. Now, I'm going to use the Final Girl rolling tray. And we are going to get started. So the first thing we do, our Scout... We'll tuck these over here just so you can see them, hopefully, as we go. Our Scout has a skill of 7. Their Mighty Warrior has a skill of 11. So we're 4 down already before we start. We roll these. We got a 5 and a 2. They got a 6 and a 3. So ending here, what we said, we were 4 down plus another 2. We would be 6 down. We would take 6 damage. We only have 8. That doesn't sound ideal. Now, we've got a couple of ways of negating this, and I think because we're so far away, I'll just talk through exactly how we did it. So 11 plus 6 is 17, plus 3 is 20. For the warrior, they are hitting us for 20. 7 plus 5 is 12, plus another 2 is 14. Therefore, 20 take away 14 is 6. That means we're getting our butt kicked. So we are going to use Dodge. It's a once in a lifetime ability, but we are going to use Dodge, and Dodge is going to allow us to use this card in combat after dice have been rolled. Ignore all damage inflicted on you for 1 combat round. Can I use this to protect against traps? We're not going to. We're going to use it now because this feels like a fight we can't win. Now we're doing the warrior. Now the warrior has 9 skill plus the 2 from this card played by the healer. So if we can get a good roll, we're above them. So what are we on? We're on 9 plus 1 is 10 plus another 2 is 12. So we're 1 ahead. Okay, that's not great. We got 6, they got 7. So that would put us as equal. I think I'm actually going to use our first skill and I'm going to reroll. I'm going to tuck this over here. And I'm going to re-roll all of them. We have to hit them. We have to hit them for some damage. This is our best chance of doing any damage. Here we go. Okay, that's a bit better. So they have 11, 14, 15, and we have, what did I say our number was? 9 plus 1 is 10, plus 2 is 12, plus another 5 is 17, plus another 2 is 19. So 19, take away 15 is 4 damage to the Mighty Warrior. So these little tokens, they have a 3 and a 2 and a 1 on them. So there we go, 4 damage to you. And that is the Warriors go. They did spend 1 skill to do such a thing. Next we have our healer. They have a skill of 7. So we are rolling at 9. So 7 plus 2. So 9 versus 11. That is not great from the get-go. Is there anything our healer could use? Don't want to blow everything in one go. No, there's nothing we can use. So I'm going to use some luck to re-roll everything. Okay, that's a bit better. We got 6, they got 4. So the difference was 2. What did I say our difference was? So you've got 11, 15, and we've got 7, 8, 9, 15. So that is a tie. We can get out of here without taking any more damage, and I think that's what we're going to do. So that's our scout, our healer back. Finally, the mage is up. So the mage has got an attack of 6 plus 3. So the same as last time, 9 versus 11. We got 5, they got 3. So 11, 12, 14 plus 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Do we want to get away from this fight with just the same damage? I think I'm going to, but I might cast a fireball. Do I want to? I'm going to cast a fireball because otherwise we've got to wait. We can reorder. Now we're at the end of a combat round, we can reorder all of these, but I think I'm going to spend a fireball bolt, which is use this card to do 3 stamina damage. So that's another 3 to them. So we've just got to hit them for 1. So fingers crossed we could get lucky. I didn't want to, chip away and not end up doing any damage to them. So the mage is done. The question is, do we want to swap round the scout and the warrior? Quite possibly, because that would give us 9, 10, 11 against 11, and we just need 1 hit. So I'm going to swap those round. I'll keep everywhere else where they are. Here we go. That looks good enough to me. So what have we got? We've got 11 plus 6 is 17 for them, and we've got 9 plus 2 is 11 plus 6 is 17 for us. Now we could use Mighty Blow, but I don't think we will. Am I adding this up right? So 9 plus 2 is 11 plus 4 is 15 plus another 2 and 11 plus 6. I'm going to roll again. I'm going to use another luck. This might be silly. We do have a chance of killing them, but I'm going to use another luck. I'm rolling it. That is not great. Well, you know what's happening here. I'm using another luck. Down to 4 luck on our warrior. Come on, please. Okay, that's a bit better, I think, for us. So it's 11 versus 11 from the get-go, isn't it? Yeah, so 9 plus 2 is 11. So they got 5, 6. We got 6 and 3, which is 9. They got 5 and 2, which is 7. We do 2 damage to them, which is enough to kill them. We had to use a load of luck to get there, but we did it. That's all that matters. We did it. Okay, let's tuck this back out of the way. The warrior is now dead. If you defeat the mighty warrior, turn this card over. So we can put this card here. And your healer recognizes this jar as a healing potion, restoring 3 stamina on 1 hero. It works in the same way as a healing hands ability. Let's give it to the warrior. We haven't taken any damage yet. We really would like a luck potion, but we'll give it to the warrior there. We'll jump back to our map. So we went this way. There's nothing else apart from room 17. We should say that we're over here now. Now we could come back and go down. I like clearing the way as we go. I know what's in the clicking room and I don't want to go there. So I think we'll hold on for now. Let's go to room 17. Why not? What's the worst that can happen in room 17? We'll lead with the scout again because, scout. What have we got this time? Placed alongside a small casket, a flask is a flask of liquid. On the flask, you see a symbol indicating poison, alongside text that reads, "Drink me to open the casket. Does any hero wish to drink the liquid?" If a hero bravely volunteers, flip this card. We're going to get our warrior to do it. As the hero drinks the liquid, they feel fine. It appears this was merely a test. With a quiet click, the chest pops open to reveals a green coin. So we have our first coin that we need to be able to open this chest. So that was room number 17. So I need to find that on the deck and put card number 17 down. So it would have come out looking like this, but we can flip it over because we've cleared it. and we've found the green coin. There's nothing else. This is a dead end. Oh, you need to be able to see that. This is a dead end. We can't go any further this way. So what I'm going to do is just bring these over here a little bit so you guys can see them. We'll have to stop zooming in a tad, and I'll show you them on the close-up view as we go if need be. Okay, so that's room 17 cleared, and we have our first green coin. So we did move into that room. We're moving back. Let's go into room 13. I'm just going to move my heroes out of the way. Let's take our stamina or skill with us and our luck with us. So there we go. You can come over here. And the mage can go here. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to come back and we're going to go into room number 13. Okay, there is room number 13. And the card for room number 13 says, this room can... Oh, hold on. Let me show you what you're looking at. This room contains 3 boxes in a line at arm's length from one another, and not much else. If you wish, you may choose to open one of the boxes. Only one box can be opened at a time, so choose a hero and ask them to choose a box to open. The right hand box, the middle box, or the left hand box. We'll go right hand, and we'll go the mage. No, we'll go the scout. We always use the scout. We'll go the scout. So room number 13, we flip this card over. If the hero chose the left-hand box or the middle box, all the boxes crumble to dust and you find nothing. If the hero chose the right-hand box, they discover a gold ring. Does any hero wish to try the ring on? If so, read card, encounter card 33. I mean, that feels like a mage thing, right? 33, okay. Ring of luck. As the hero slips on the ring, their finger, it feels good. From now on, the wearer gains 1 free luck per encounter, i.e. they may roll the dice in each battle or in once in each battle without having to use 1 luck point. I don't know if I'm allowed to change that now. I don't think I am. Should have given it to the warrior. We're in this room. We can flip this over. We have a croaking and we have a loud clacking. Let's go towards the croaking. So we're going towards room number 5. What we got on room number 5? We meet this guy, a frogling. Oh, okay. A rather timid looking frogling. That's this dude. There he is. Very timid. Stands before you guarding a small chest. To attack the frogling, flip this card. To talk to the creature, read this card. I mean, he's got a spear. We're going to attack him. Before you can lay a weapon on the poor creature, it drops a spear and runs out the door, never to be seen again. To open the chest, find encounter card 28 and flip it immediately. So that goes there. And encounter card 28. What have we got this time, I wonder? We have, as soon as you open your mouth in greeting, and flip it immediately. We don't need to read that. Hold on, there we go. A yellow coin. In this chest you discover a yellow coin. We're 2 of the coins on the way to doing this, and we haven't taken any damage. As I say, being able to replay these is kind of how their books go and how this game goes as well. Let's show you the whole map so far. So we are in this room here. We've got a flapping down here. Let's go towards the flapping. So number 2. We'll go in the same order. This, I think, is going to be more important in other adventures. But for this one, we'll always stick with the scout. And we have discovered a vicious imp. Looking very vicious. As soon as the heroes enter the room, they immediately are attacked by a vicious imp. If any hero other than the scout is in line, the imp gains +2 skill for the first attack. When you hit the imp the first time, flip this card. So we'll put the imp over here, next to our... Oh, that's not the one. Next to our combat. And I think we'll go in the same order. We'll put the warrior next. They've got a strength of 9. then we'll put the healer, then we'll put the mage or the wizard, and we'll roll these dice. So the first attack is 7 against 9, so they've got +2. Okay, we got 5, they got 2. That's great news. So let's just have a little look. They are doing 11 versus us, who are doing 12, 13, right? No, 12. 7 plus 4 is 11, plus 1 is 12. So we do 1 damage to the imp. When you hit the imp for the first time, flip this card. When you hit the imp with a normal weapon, you find they simply bounce off harmlessly away from its metallic skin. Can you think of another way to defeat the imp? Work out a plan and then read card 32. Our plan is pretty simple. It's going to be Firebolt. Our Firebolt card does 3 damage. So we are going to use Firebolt, and we have to turn to card 32. Where are we? Over here. Card 32. If you have a net, you may use it to catch the imp and secure it safely. I'm an idiot. A Firebolt will be effective too. Otherwise, other player plans fail and you'll have to retreat. If you defeat it, you find a small necklace. If a hero wishes to wear this necklace, flip this card. Now I know what's going on with this. I'm not going to wear this necklace. I'm going to turn this over and we're going to put this here. Battle 1 you can see on this card, showing us that. Now we've got a loud clacking, or we can go to room 24. I mean, I think the room where there isn't a loud clacking sounds good. If we were to put on the necklace, nothing good happens, I'll tell you that. Okay, Firebolt is used. We are out of Firebolts for our mage. It's not great, that. Okay, we were in this room. We're going to room number 24. A chalice containing a clear liquid sits on the table. Does any hero wish to drink it? If so, nominate a hero to drink the liquid, then flip this card. We know our marching order would have been the usual. We know that our mage our healer loves a good chalice, so we'll flip this over, and this says, if the healer drinks, they immediately recognize the liquid as holy water. Instead of drinking it, they pour the contents into an empty bottle, planning to use it later. If the healer chooses to use the water, read encounter card 29. So we recognize this as holy water. We take card, and we get to tuck this underneath someone. I'm going to give this to... so if any other hero drinks this, they feel refreshed. Feel rather refreshed, placing the chalice back on with a clink. Hold on, let's just read this again. If the healer drinks it, they immediately recognize this liquid as holy water. Instead of drinking it, they pour the contents into an empty bottle, planning to use it later. If the healer chooses to use the holy water, read encounter 29. If any other hero drinks it, they feel refreshed. Now I don't know if refreshed does anything. I'm guessing not. It's just, wow, there was like a bottle of appetizer on the side. Let's give the holy water to the healer and we'll use it when it feels appropriate. Okay, so that was room 24, so let's find the dungeon card for that. There is the chalice, and we can flip this over and put this here. We've now finished exploring all of these areas, apart from this clicking sound, which I guess we should head to now, right? We're going to room 16. Our scout will go first. At first glance, the room appears empty. It's not. If the scout is the first to enter, they quickly scan the room and notice 4 giant roaches ready to drop on you. They then warn the rest of the party. Combat will then be resolved normally. If any other hero is first in line, the giant roaches will gain 2 skill. Okay, so the scout was first. Now, if we find the dungeon card for this, this is how we handle multiple combats. So you can see here, this is the giant roach, and it says A, B, C, and D, and they have 5 skill and 5 health. So we'll tuck our roaches up here, I guess, for now. And this is where combat's going to take place. So we find A, B, C, and D, and each one of our heroes is going to have to be in combat against their enemy. But we do have the advantage. We've got extra strength and skill. So our first one is our scout. It's 7 versus 5. So that is not ideal. I'm going to use a luck on our scout to re-roll these dice. Okay, that's a bit better. So 7 plus 4 is 11 plus 1 is 12 versus 5 plus 4 is 9. So in this instance, we do 12 take away 9 is 3, right? So we do 3 damage to Roach A. Now the warrior is up. The warrior has an attack of 9. But bear in mind we've used quite a lot of skill. Okay, so they're adding 10 to this, so they've got 5 to this, so they've got 10. Sorry, numbers are hard. We are attacking at 18. So we do way more damage than them. This roach is no more. So that's that one done. Oh no, I was looking at the wrong dice. I took the highest number and thought, yeah, we'll lose that. Hold on, let's put this roach back. We're not doing that, that's a lie. I was thinking, wow, we did really well for once. Our warrior is going to use another luck. They're running out of luck pretty quickly. Okay, here we go. Okay, that's a bit better. So their skill is 10, 14 versus 9, 15, 20. So what did I say? 14 versus 20 is 6. That is enough to kill the roach. Okay, next we go on to the healer. So that's 7 versus 5 in this instance. Okay, so 7 plus 10 is 17. 5 plus 5 is 10. Plus 3 is 13. So 17 take away 13 is 4. So we do 4 damage to this roach. I think my maths are right, but they're quite possibly not. If so, I apologise. Right, we're on to the mage. The mage is attacking for 6. So only 1 difference in this one. And they have rolled considerably better than us. We're going to use our first luck on the mage. We're going to roll again. Okay, this one's much better. So 6 plus 6 is 12, plus 2 is 14. And what do we say they were? 5 plus 2 is 6 plus... plus 2 is 7, plus 1 is 8. What did I say I was? 6 plus that is 14. 14 take away that is 8 is 6. So this one is no more. Now, we've finished that round of combat. And what that means is now these guys can move rows. So we could... I don't know if I'm allowed. I'm going to read the rules just about reorganizing rows. Okay, I'm back, and it says here, fight consists of 1 or more rounds. In each round, a hero will attempt to hit the monster they are fighting. After each round of fighting, you can adjust party order as you wish or retreat from the room. Adjusting party order means rearranging which heroes are fighting which monsters and the order in which they are fighting, and if they are ganging up on the same monster. So with that being the case, we'll move our scout down and we'll put our warrior here. A little bit worried about the warrior's luck, and I guess we'll put the mage down here. Okay, so we go again. Our warrior is attacking with 9, and we have seriously failed. Let's do another 1 luck. We're down to 2 luck for our warrior. Not ideal. Okay, that's a bit better. So we're all equal on those 2 rolls. So it's our 9 versus their 5. That means this one is done. Okay, that takes us to our last combat. Our healer versus this. They've already got 4 damage. We just need 1 more. So our healer has 7. They have 5. We just need to roll better than them. We got exactly the same roll, which means we do a damage, which means these guys are no more. Let's just resort our marching order. There we go. We'll tuck these dice out of the way. And this is done. So we can turn you over and flip you here. And what it says on this card is, if you defeat the giant roaches, search the room, flipping this card. Your search reveals a well-crafted sword only the warrior is trained to use. No other hero may use it. Inflicting damage with this sword causes your target to lose 1 extra stamina point. Additionally, if you roll a 12, your target is instantly killed, even if they are immune to normal weapons. That is huge. Now, we still haven't taken any damage, but I'm really concerned about my warriors' luck. They're going to get into the point where they can't re-roll and they just have to take whatever comes out, which could be enough to one-shot them. So we have to be a little bit careful about that. Where have we got left to go? So we can turn over number 1 because we've searched all of those rooms. Let's just zoom out. I'm going to move this up, I guess, just a tad, so we can rearrange this in a slightly nicer manner, hopefully. Okay, so we have a couple of ways to go. We can go here, which is a loud clacking. We can go here, which is a digging sound. They are our only 2 options from the looks of things. So let's traipse our way back through the dungeon and let's go towards the digging sound. So we're going to number 6. Assailed by a swarm of giant wasps, the first hero to enter the room loses 1 stamina unless they are the scout, who dodges their stings. Although the swarm fights an individual creature, all heroes must fight it. Additionally, no bonuses are given for ganging up. Due to the quick reactions, the scout gets +2 in this battle. If you defeat the wasps, search the room by flipping the card. I mean, I'd quite like to use the net, but I don't know if we can. So, room number 6, our wasps have 15 health and 8 luck, but we'll all be fighting against the 8 skill, but we'll all be fighting against the 8 skill. Okay, right, so let's get into some combat, shall we? First is the scout. Scout is going to roll. Scout is attacking for 7, +2 for being in the room first, so that's 9. So 9 versus 8. We get 1 less than them, so that is not great. That means we tie. I'm going to use an improved reaction, which allows us to add a 2 to any roll. So where we were tied, we're going to do 2 damage to them. And we need an enemy on here. So there we go. There's 2 damage of the 15 off and running. I love that. Okay, now the warrior. This is where it gets a little bit scary. So 9 versus 8. We got a lot. We got 7 and they got 4. So if we put this up to 8, because we're adding 1 for us being on 9 versus their 8. So 8 versus 4 is 4 damage. Good work, buddy. We'll tuck you up here. We can turn you over. So we're up to 6 already. That's good news. But the painful bit is going to be the mage, possibly the healer. The healer has 7. So we're behind on this one. We did not do great. We are going to use a luck on the healer to reroll. Okay, that's still not great. So 5, 9, so that's 17 versus 13. Let's use another luck. We're not doing great over here right now. Okay, let's get rid of these. We're up to -3 luck on the scout. On the healer. That is still terrible. We're going to use 1 more luck. Going to keep pushing it. Here we go. Come on, you've got this. That's much better, right? Okay, so, and that's not much better. I keep looking at these and thinking we're good. Hold on, have all the rest been us doing really well and them doing really badly? I don't think so. I wonder if I've been looking at the wrong dice. You know what? 1 more luck it is. We're up to 5. We've got 7 in total. Okay, here we go. Come on. That's better. So 4, 5, 6, 7 versus 4. So what were we on? We were attacking for a 7. They were attacking for an 8. So if we put this up to a 2, they have 5. We have 7. That's 2 more damage. But at what cost? I think is the question. Okay, so we're up to, oh no, that should have been that. So we're up to 8 damage. Next is the Mage. This is where it gets a bit scary. Okay, here we go. The Mage is going to roll. The Mage is on a 6 versus 8. Okay, not great. We'll use another luck. Second luck for the Mage. Here we go again. Ooh, we're going to use another luck. Third for the Mage. Okay, come on, Mage. That's not great. So that's 7 versus 5, and we are 2 different. So that would be 4 damage. I'm going to take it. Probably shouldn't, but I'm going to take it. Okay, so 4 damage for you after all those rerolls. I'd have been better off earlier on. We're now back to the Scout. Scout has got +2, so Scout is on 9 versus 8. Scout uses another one of their luck. Okay. Okay, that's not, I mean, it's not terrible, but 6 + 2 is 8. We were 1 ahead of them. Right, so 7 + 2 is 9, so we'll change this to a 3. So we've got 9, and they've got 7. So that's another 2 damage to you. So we're up to 10. We just need another 5. Here comes the warrior. I should have done an extra damage for the warrior. Oh well, we missed that chance. Let's do it now. That is not fantastic. So you're on 3, 4, 5... So you're on 5, so I'm going to use another luck. You're on 6. You've only got 1 luck left. But we have to be able to hit them. Come on. Here we go. Okay, that's much better. 6 + 5 is 11. +1 from our sword is 12. Versus their 3. So all good over here, right? So that's 8 + 2 is 12, sorry, is 10, 11, versus 9 + 12. That is you dead, my friend. Quite convincing. We only needed to do 5, we did a load. So the giant wasp is no more, and this is card 6, so that goes over here. We walked all this way, and we found something on the back of this card. What is it, is the question. We found... Searching, the Mage finds a scroll which they recognize as a firebolt scroll. This scroll works exactly the same as the ability card. A painting of a blue dragon is discovered on the wall. If you wish to investigate further, read encounter 35. Okay, I mean, let's read encounter 35. Scratching the paint simply removes flakes of paint. Nothing special is revealed. Oh, good. Oh, hold on, was I meant to... Let's just go back to that. Where was that card? What was the card I was doing? This one. Read encounter as you... No, sorry, yeah. Painting of a dragon. Read encounter card 35. I think I read the wrong side. Let's have a look. As you leave, a dusty old skeleton in its hand. As you leave, you see a dusty old skeleton in its hand. Piece of old parchment. You brush off the dust and begin to read. If you are reading this, I have failed in my quest to find the Orb of Lucis. Let my demise be a warning to all that follow. Okay. I think I've got that right. I'm not sure. Either way, doesn't really mean much to us right now. So we've got a loud clacking or a loud clacking. My gut feeling is we go towards the loud clacking. Card number 18. Card number 18 is a giant scorpion. It's going to be 3 enemies and it's 8 and 8. Okay, we'll tuck you over here and let's read card number 18. A giant scorpion takes up most of the space in this room. You must fight it for at least 1 round. As it has 2 claws and a stinger, treat it as though 3 separate creatures fighting 3 heroes at the same time. Only the 4th hero will gain +1. Beware, the giant scorpion rolls a 12. the target is instantly killed. You may use luck to re-roll this. If you kill the scorpion, you can search the room. So we're going to use something our mage has, our healer has, I think. We are going to... Let's just see if we can read this properly. Staff block. The healer has the ability to engage 2 monsters in combat, if they so choose. In the first round of combat, this will be the monster in front of the healer and one to the right, if there is one. No, monster counters remain in their normal positions. In the following rounds, the healer can be positioned so the monster is in the same column and the one to the right. The monster to the right does not need to be engaged by another hero. So, in this instance, I think what that means is we're going to put A, B and C out. That's not the one you wanted. We're going to put A, B and C out over here. That's C and that's B. Now our healer is going to engage this, but there isn't anyone here, but we can potentially shift them over. Let me just read the staff to you because it's pretty useful, I think. Staff block. If you can use your staff to engage 2 opponents. You gain +2 skill, but you cannot inflict any damage. Place 2 opponents of your choice in the column. The second one does not gain 1 skill. So what that's going to mean is, first things first, we're going to take our mage and we're going to move them down, I guess, to be in any row. It doesn't really matter. But next time we could potentially move the warrior down, put you here to deal with both of these, and then the warrior will be able to hit as well. So that's the plan. Do we have anything else we want to use? Quite possibly. The warrior, the mage, you've got a potion of invisibility, right? No, you've got holy water. You've got a healing potion. You've got a net and a cloak of invisibility. The mage is going to use their invisibility. Only the mage can become invisible, either automatically succeed when trying to avoid detection, or fight an entire combat at +2 skill and reduce damage against you by 2. So we'll keep that to the side for the mage. I think that's everything. So it's got 8 and 8, but we're going to have to deal with it 3 times. We're going to have to do 8 damage to each one of these to be able to kill it. So really bad news with the 12s and us spending most of our luck. The warrior only has 1 luck spare. The healer has 2. So not great. The mage has 4. Okay, here we go. So first up is the scout, rolling at a 7 versus an 8. Ooh, we almost died. Right, we're going to use our luck over here to instantly re-roll that. Okay, that's a bit better. So 5 and 2 and 5 and 3, they had a 1 advantage, so we'll put that to a 5 and 3, which puts us level. But I'm going to spend improved reactions, which we've seen before. It allows us to increase our rolls by 2. So in this instance, that means we do 2 damage to this one in row 1. Now I think we do the mage, so let's roll again. The mage is rolling at a 6 plus 1 is a 7, plus 2 is a 9. So we got a 7, they got a 6, so 9 versus theirs is an extra 2 damage. Is that right? So 8 plus 2 is 10, plus that is 14, and ours was 6 plus 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9, plus another one is 10, plus that is 6, so another 2 damage to you. Hold on, we did 2 damage, right? Not 4 damage. So we're up to that. I can get rid of all 3 of these and put you on there. Okay. So that one has started taking some damage. Now the warrior. Warrior's just a straight up roll, 9 versus 8. Ooh, the warrior would die. We're going to have to spend our last luck to re-roll. Oh my lord. Okay, that's a bit better. 9 versus 8. So we had an extra 1, so that puts that up to a 9 versus a 9. We don't do anything here. We can't do anything else. We just keep it as equal. Okay, now we're on to the healer. The healer is attacking for 7 against theirs. So 7 versus 8. They got 2 5s, we got a 10, they got a 10, so they do 1 damage to us. We're going to take that 1 damage. Okay, now we get to rearrange. I'm going to move you here, and I'm going to put you... I'm going to put you here, I think. You're going to have to fight off these 2, but we're going to try and get rid of 1 and then move over. So, next we've got the Scout going again. Scout is on a 7. Versus an 8. Not great that. That was a 2. So they're doing lots of damage. We're going to have to take another luck over here. We're up to 4 of our luck gone. We've got 4 left still. Here we go. Come on. Oh, that is huge. Shame it wasn't the warrior, but that is huge. Okay, so they've got 6 plus 8 is 14. We've got 7 plus 12 is 19. Is that right? Yeah, 19. So that's 5 damage. Did I say 14 versus 19? That's 5 damage. That is enough immediately to kill you. That's huge. So this one goes away. Unfortunately, all of our other people in this column are wasted for this turn. But huge from the Scout. Now we have the Mage. No, the healer. Okay, that's not great. What does Staff Block do? You gain +2 skill, but you cannot inflict any damage. So I place 2 in your row here. Place 2 opponents of your choice in the column. Second one does not gain +1. So in this instance, we've got +1, 2 skill. So that would put us on 5, 6, 7, 8 versus 9. That means we would take some damage. I think I'm okay with it. How much are we taking? So you've got an extra 1 against us. So that would be 10. So you're on 10. And we are on 7 plus 2 is, because we've got the staff block, is 10 plus this one, and then plus 5 is 15. What did I say they were on? Hold on, I'm getting confused. Let's do this again. So that's 18 for you, and we had 7 plus 2 is 9 plus that, so we take 3 damage. Is that right? I'm going to take it, and then we're going to think about healing. In fact, let's do that now. I'm going to use Healing Hands to heal myself 3 stamina. So we'll take that off there. We're back down to 1 damage. Okay, now we're up against the other one. And we have done a load of damage, but we can't inflict any damage with this, so we get out of there without taking any damage, more importantly. Okay, we're going to shift all of these down, so we're now getting a load of bonuses. I'm actually going to swap you 2 round, I guess. Okay, here we go. So B against the healer. Okay, so they got an extra 6, so we change that to a 7. So they're rolling 7 and we roll 5. That's 2 damage. Oh no, hold on. We're on a 7 plus 2. So we would be on 4 over here, right? Which means we're equal. Love that. Okay, so then we've got the other one fighting. So we got 5, they got 6. We're rolling on a 7 plus 2, so we're equal again, so no damage to that. Now we're up the Mage up against B. Oh no, that would have been +1. Oh no, they don't get +1, I remember. How does this work when other people are fighting? I'm guessing they don't get +1 for that either. Any heroes fight normally. So does that mean we fight against each of them, but they don't get +1? So our warrior with no rerolls is up against B. So 8 versus 10. Okay, so this is not great. So 8 versus 10. So we can add 2 to this to make it a 6. So we take 1 damage from this, and there's nothing I can do to stop it. Okay, now against the other one, they don't get a +1. So 5 versus 4. So that was, I can put another 2 on these, so we'll do it on this one. So that's 6, 7 versus 4. So that's 3 damage to C. Okay, that's our warrior done. Now we're up to the scout. The scout is on 9 versus 8. Okay. So, yeah, so the scout gets +2. So we'll add that to this. So 9 versus 5 is 4 damage. Okay, so you're up to 7. We just, oh no, that's you, right? Now we're up against the other one. Okay, oh my lord. 6 + 6 is 12. Minus 6 is 6. And we were rolling at 1 extra. So we do 7 damage. That's enough to get rid of you entirely. Huge. And now we're up against B with our mage. Our mage is 6 is 9 versus 6. No, versus 8. So +1. We got 5 plus, we'll give that a 4. So we got 9 versus their 7. So that's another 2 damage. So they're up to 6. Now I think I'm going to move you down just for this because I'm worried about the attack. Now the healer just needs to fend them off and does pretty easily. So we're on to the scout. The scout has 8 versus 8. That's not great news. So 3, 4, 5 versus... so we had 9. No, we had 8. Sorry, because we've moved up 1. So 8 versus 8. So these are equal. So 8 versus 5. That's 3 damage. I'm just going to take it. We're on to the mage. Okay, huge. The mage is saving the day. So the mage was at 6 plus 2 is 8. So we're just equal. So 4 plus 3 is 7. Minus 2 is 5. That is enough to kill this one. The giant scorpion is no more. Huge. Okay, so we can move you out of the way. The invisibility's gone from the mage. We can put the giant scorpion over here. Battle 1. So let's just have a read of this. When you defeat it, flip it over. You find nothing of value. Just a massive waste of our time. Hold on, where can we go? Over here, the digging sound in number 9. So we're going up and across, and we're going to number 9. Staff block is no more. We're in okay shape. It's not great. I could have been re-rolling on the healer for free, I realise. Scuttling towards you are 2 giant roaches. If you defeat them, search the room by flipping this card. So 2 roaches. Room number 9. Here we are. These roaches are slightly stronger than the last one. They are 2 at 7 and 7. So we'll have our normal marching order. And then I guess we'll put you 2 down here. And we've got A and B over here. So 7 versus 7 from the first one. Straight up roll. Here we go. Ooh, not great. It's only 1 difference. So I think we're going to play our last improved reactions, which is going to increase our 2 by 2. So that means we do 1 damage to them. Okay. Now the mage is up. The mage is attacking at 7 versus a 7. Okay, huge. So 5 versus 8. So that's 3 damage over here. Nice. Now we've got the warrior. Now bear in mind the warrior cannot re-roll. Still got quite a lot of health, but cannot re-roll. The warrior. Oh no. Oh no. So the warrior has got 5 plus 2 more because it's 2 stronger. So if we put you to a 5, that's 7 versus 9. We take 2 damage. You know what? We'll just take that. Okay, and now the healer. The healer is at 8 versus 7. Oh. Okay, we got anything we can do? Yes, but I don't know if we're going to do it right now. I'm going to use the heal for the from the mage, no, from the healer on the mage to heal them. So they're on -1 damage so far, or 1 damage so far. What was I doing? So this was, I haven't taken any damage over here, right? So 4 plus 3, so we were attacking at +1. Did I do that? I think I might have done it. I got a bit sidetracked. So, so what did I say? Healer was attacking for 8. So it was a +1. I think I've already added the +1. I might not have done. But we are 4, 5, 6, 7. They are 10. We're going to take 3 damage. You know, I'm going to spend a luck. Let's re-roll. This is where it all goes pear-shaped. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6 luck. We've only got 1 luck left with the healer. We're re-rolling. We might need that luck. Here we go. Oh no. So we go up by 1. That puts us to a 6. So that's 11 versus 6. We can't take that kind of damage. I'm going to spend our last luck. We could be about to die. Here we go. Okay, that's good news actually for us. So we were at 9. No. We were at 8. They were at 7. So we do 1 damage to them. But both our people fighting in this row have used all of their luck so far. It's not great. The warrior is going to use their healing potion to put them back down to 0 damage. Okay. I keep forgetting about my sword and my luck. Okay. Okay, we're good to go. We're using the... Do I want to change these around? We're going to say no. We're going to attack with our scout. So that's 7 versus 7. That's huge. So 11 take away 3 is 8. Take away 2 is 6. So 6 damage to this one. That's enough to kill it. Huge. Huge. The mage doesn't do anything. Now we're in danger row. So the warrior at 9 versus 7. Okay, that's still enough damage to do damage, right? So if we put this up, so we put this up by 2 because we're at 9, they're at 7. So we do 1 damage plus 1 from our sword. So that's another 2 damage. You're dead. 2 damage to you. So that goes to a 3. Now, do I want to do anything else? No, I'm going to use the scout. Sorry, the healer. 7 versus 7 with no rerolls. Okay, that's good. That's really good. So 7 versus 7, so that's 5 plus 4 is 9. Take away 6, that's 3 damage. So they're up to 6. We just need 1 damage to them. We're going to move the rows down a bit, I think. We'll get the scout doing their thing. Okay, scout goes first. That's not ideal. 10 versus 8. So that's 2 more damage to the scout. I don't think we've got any real ways of healing. Okay. The mage is up. So the mage is at 7 versus 7. And that is a difference of 4? No, 5, right? Hold on. So 3 take away 8 is 5. So 5 damage plus 1 from that. So 5 damage is enough to kill you. You are done. Okay, another giant roach has been eradicated. Love that. Okay, so our giant roach is flipped over and goes, where was it? Over here. Okay, so room number 9. In the corner of this room you discover a rope with a hook on the end. Perhaps it will be of use to us. If you will be of use. If you do ever choose to use it, read Encounter 30. Okay, we'll tuck you over here. Where can I go? Have I messed this up? Have I messed this up? 13 leading to 13, 18 leading to 18. 10 is the only way we can go? Hold on, 10's here. 10's here. What? Oh, this is... Hold on a second, something's amiss here. Oh, is this the wrong room? This is a 9 and this is a 6, no? No, they're both 9s, right? So 9 goes here. Which means we go to room 10, but room 10 is here. I've definitely messed something up. Haven't I? Bear with, let me just figure out what I've done. Okay, I figured it out. I'm so sorry, everybody. We had put room 6 here instead of room 9, and 9 leads into 6. So I've now swapped them round, which means we've got room 19 down here ready to go, and we've just cleared this room, but we've actually already cleared this room. So room 19 is where we're... I'm so sorry. I'm sure there'll be other stuff that I've messed up, but room 19 is here. Dominating this room, you see a plinth with a stone laying atop of it. Along the edge of the plinth, its carved message shows, do not remove. Do you wish to move the stone? If you decide you would like to, then flip this card. If not, continue. So card 19. I don't think I want to move this room, this stone. So we've got a couple of ways we can go. We've got a sharpening sound this way, and we've got number 8 going down. Let's go to number 8, because number 8 hasn't really got any noises coming from it, and we don't mind that. So we've got number 4 up here as well. Let's go to number 8 first. So number 8 is this, and it goes just here. We can turn you over. Oh no, we haven't done you, so we'll leave you red side up. A large pit with spikes at the bottom bars your way. It's too far to jump across. Discuss the solutions and then choose. We're going to use the rope, right? We're going to use the rope that we've got. If you do decide, discuss the possible solutions, then flip. Use a rope. To form a rope bridge, the rope will remain tied in place. If you came up with one of these solutions, each hero gains 1 luck. That's huge. 1, 1, 1, and you go back down to that. Okay, luck goes back over here. If you came up with this solution, each hero gains 1 luck. If not, all heroes lose 2 luck. If you can do one of the above, then you may continue with your adventure. Otherwise, so what, do I flip this over? We've got room number 20. I'm going to loop back up here to room number 4, I think. Room number 4. What have we got? So room number 4 is back up here. We're running out of space something. Right, number 4. We have... At first glance, this room seems empty. Soon you notice a haggard figure emerging from the gloom, a Banshee. If the healer was first to enter the room, they weren't, it was the scout, that's our marching order. They immediately recognise this, and they're giving them 1 skill in combat. Battling the Banshee is demoralising. After each round of combat, each hero must lose 1 luck or lose 1 stamina. Flip this card if you win. Okay, so let's put our marching order back as it was. Let's find the Banshee. This is room number 4. Uh-oh. That is the Banshee. They are 1 enemy. They've got 10 combat skill. So the scout goes first. Then we'll go, you know what, we'll go warrior, healer, mage, I guess. Don't know if that's the best way. They've got 8 health, so they're definitely killable, but the stamina is a massive problem. Let's start this rolling the right way. I'm going to use the fireball. Don't know whether we should or not, but that allows us to do 3 damage, I think it is. Where's my fireball? Skulls, firebolt. 3 stamina. So already they're 3 down. That's huge. Have we got anything else that we can use? Our healer has rejuvenation. They can recover 1 ability card. The rope is done. Let's hold on to rejuvenation. Got our mage skills. Our scout doesn't have anything left. Okay, so it's 10 versus 7 to begin with. Good luck, my friend. Okay, we have... so they were 10 versus 7, so they get an additional 3, so that puts them up to 5. So that's 10 versus 5. We'd take 5 damage on the scout. That would kill them. The mage is going to use block, protection spell. Block all damage from 1 attack against another hero. So that's that done. Okay. Next we have the warrior. Now the warrior is on 9, they're on 10. Okay, that's huge. So the warrior is getting +1, so we're both on 10. So 6 versus 8, that's 2 damage, +1 from the sword, that's 3 damage, so they're on 6, and we are going to use Mighty Blow. If you inflict 1 damage, inflict a further 3 damage. That means we do another 3 damage, which puts us to 9, which is enough to kill the Banshee. Huge. We didn't get to an end of round combat, which means I don't believe we lose any stamina. That was room number 4. So we'll have to zoom out a bit. Room number 4 goes here. Let's turn this over and see what we've got. We have, after dying, the creature shrivels before your eyes. It eventually disappears altogether, and all that's left in its space is a small brooch made of bone. Does any hero wish to take the bone brooch? If so, read Encounter 27. Painted images of dragons decorate the wall. If you wish to investigate these paintings, read Encounter 35. Okay, so we're going to give the mage the brooch. As soon as a hero touches the brooch, it shatters into tiny pieces. As this happens, the heroes are overcome with a sense of profound well-being, as if all the luck sucked from them has been returned. All heroes recover all of their luck. Return to your original luck amount. That is huge. That is huge. We were on the edge with no luck. Now we're back to being in a reasonable position. Okay, what was the other thing? If we want to check encounter card 35, I feel like we've seen it already. We scrape off the paint and nothing happens, right? Okay, so that's that. We've got some flapping coming from up, or we've got a sharpening sound coming from down, or we've got room number 20 down here. Let's go to room 20. We might just be wasting a time, but let's go to room 20. Okay, room number 20 is coming down off the edge of this map. What have we got? Blocking your way. Blocking your way. Blocking your way. Sorry about that. You are a strange plant-like Vinemen. They do not seem friendly. To pass through this room, you will need to defeat them. To attack them with normal weapons, flip this card. If you have another idea, Please read encounter card 34. Now, obviously, we want to use fire, which I don't have. The only thing I've got that I could potentially use is holy water, and I don't think that's going to help with the Vinemen. Let's have a little look. Card number 20. This is the Vinemen in card number 20. Here they are. A, B, and 8 and 8. So there's 2 Vinemen attacking us. So A and B go up here. Okay, we're going to have to attack them, and we should have been in a normal combat order, but I guess we can do this. Going to have to attack them because I've got nothing else. I suspect we're going to find damage doesn't impact them. Right, here we go. So the scout is up first. 7 versus 8. Okay, not great news that. So 10 versus, so that's 11 for them. Versus 8, so that's 3 damage. I think we're going to have to take it, but if we take it, that means the scout dies. We cannot afford to take that. Okay, you know what? We're going to use rejuvenation. We're going to have to play this hand through. Let's re-roll using a luck. We've got luck back. We're going to waste it all now. So what did we say? It was 8 versus 7. Oh my lord. Okay, let's use another luck. Good. Here we go again. Okay, that's better. So 6 versus 6. They do 1 damage to us. We can take 1 damage. Just. We've got 1 hit point left for the scout. However, we are going to use rejuvenation, which could have been used. I can't use it in combat. I wonder if I need to retreat. Let's just hit these fools and then let's see what happens. So the healer is attacking. 7 plus 1 is 8 versus 8. We don't do any better. We're going to use our free reroll for once. Here we go again. That's a bit better, right? So 8 versus 7. And we were both on 1. We were both on 8 to begin with. So 1 damage. But flip this card. Vinemen are tough opponents. Any damage caused by normal weapons, even that done by a well-crafted sword, heals immediately. Can you figure out another way to defeat the Vinemen or another way to cross the room? Decide what you want to do, then read the encounter. We are going to use our rejuvenation to get back a firebolt, and we are going to use our firebolt. That's not it. We're going to use our firebolt to deal damage to them. Read encounter card 34. Now, I think what we probably would have had to have done is retreat and then do this, but since it's giving us the opportunity to figure out another way, I don't know whether we could have used the rejuvenation card, but if the mage decide to use Firebolt, the Vinemen are immediately killed. If the scout decides to use the Cloak of Invisibility, they can sneak across the room of their own, flip the Cloak card to see the effect. If the mage uses Invisibility, they will be able to pass through the room. If you choose something else, it fails. So I'm glad we didn't throw the luck. The holy water. You now can perform one of the follow options above, then do so. Otherwise, you'll be overwhelmed and the adventure ends here. Okay. So that could have been us dying if we didn't use the rejuvenation, and I don't know whether we were really allowed to use it, but we've used it. So that's that. That's that one done. This room is now clear, so another firebolt is gone, and there's the Vinemen gone. So we've got the option of room 12. Let's take it. We're going to room 12 down here. Room 12 says, a large ceramic vessel is sealed with coloured stoppers, red, violet, yellow and silver, and blue, and green. A sign reads, your desire can be found at the end of the rainbow. Do you want to pull out the stopper? I don't know what is at the end of the rainbow, but I feel like we did this one, and I feel like it was red that we needed. So I'm going to go with red. Okay, we'll use the Mage. If you pull the violet stopper, the vessel cracks open to reveal a red coin. If you removed any other stopper, it explodes. All party members lose 2 stamina, but the coin can still be taken. Our scout is dead. I don't think I've got any way to stop that. Our scout is no more. We'll pass the net on to the warrior. And the Cloak of Invisibility is no more. Well, that sucks. I mean, technically they're not dead. They are incapacitated. If we can find a way to heal them, we will. I should have known. Red and yellow and pink and right. Violet is the end of the rainbow, I guess. I can't remember the rainbow song. So we got a red coin. That's what I remembered. So there's the red coin. We now have all of the coins that we need. So looking at our map, we are here. We've got room 25 and we've got room 3. 3 is a flapping sound. 25 is a sharpening sound. Let's go to 25. It's possibly silly because it's going to be someone sharpening their sword, right? The scout is no more. So we'll take you off here. We'll put A here. We'll go with the warrior first, then the mage, then the healer. 25. You are faced by a daunting sight of a massive warrior in thick armor. If you successfully hit the warrior, warrior damage you inflict is reduced by 1. If you win, search the room by flipping this card. Okay, where's the card? So 25. Oh my lord. The massive warrior has got 8 and then 10. So we're going to have to do 2 damage to him with every hit to be able to get through his armor, right? That's how I'm reading that. If you successfully hit the warrior, damage you inflict is reduced by 1. Okay, so let's go like this, I guess. The warrior is up first. Here we go. So it's 9 versus 8. Okay, that's huge. It's a good start. So those 2 cancel each other out. These 2, I'm going to add a 4 to you because we've got 9, you've got 8. So we are doing 3 damage plus 1 from our sword. So that's 4 damage to you from the get-go. Reduced by 1, that's 3 damage. Right? So the sword doesn't count for anything. It's just 3 straight damage. Okay. Now it gets a little bit scarier. So we are attacking with an 8 versus an 8. Okay, so that means we do 1 damage, but that damage is negated. That's probably not the worst thing that could have happened. So next is the mage, so it's 8 versus 8. Oh dear. We will be spending a luck, because that would have been really bad. Okay, 8 versus 8. We just need to roll better than them we did. So let's get rid of one of these, because that would be our damage reduction. So they did 3, we did 6, so that's 3 more damage. Okay, huge. Huge. Back to the warrior. 9 versus 8. Okay, that's 8 versus 8. I'm going to use improve reactions. If after rolling your dice you can add 2 to the total, can be used in all situations, you cannot use this card to help another player. So in this instance, let's just go through this again. 8 versus 8 is that, plus 1 from the warrior is 9 versus 8, minus 1 for their reduction, plus 2 for this, so that's 2 damage, plus 1 from the sword, that's 3 damage. That puts them on 1 point away from being deed. Okay, the healer is up. Okay, that's huge. So it was 7 versus 8, plus 1 for us, so that's 8 versus 8, so straight off roll. We have done enough to do 1 damage, so that is enough to kill the massive warrior. Okay, 25 goes here. We flip this card. What does this card say? You found nothing of value. Okay, we have room 7 up here. We'll keep going, I guess. We're going to be off the screen in a second, but room 7 goes here. Here we go. As you enter the room, the door slams shut behind you. Despite the best efforts, all doors remain firmly sealed. To leave this place, one must remain behind. Choose a hero to take this card. As soon as they take this plaque, the hero vanishes from sight. All at the same time, the door to the east wall is unlocked with a click and opens with a jar. This door is now your only exit. The door by which you entered is now permanently locked. Flip the dungeon card to proceed. The hero who took the plaque should now take this card, flip it and read it privately. Let's give it to the healer. Let's give it to the healer. Okay, so the healer it says, I respect your brave decision to sacrifice yourself. Everything has gone dark and you are alone. From now on, communication with your fellow heroes is impossible. Okay, let's turn over this room. We have a massive warrior. Hold on, no. Room number 7, we didn't get the map out. We've already beaten the massive warrior. Okay, room number 7. To leave this place, one must be left behind. Okay, so this goes here. Which is off the screen pretty much. I'm just going to compress these a little bit. So we've got room 15 here and we've got room 14 here. But hold on. We went this way, which means now we can only go to room 14. We've only got 2 heroes left. This could be bad. Here we go. Without warning, the Guardian of the Chamber attacks with a magical blast. If the Mage is first in line, they are able to deftly block the attack. They're not. Any other hero in line will automatically lose 3 stamina. In this battle, the Mage gains 4 skill. Well, it's lucky that we've got the Mage left. So you're dead. You disappeared here, and the Scout is over here somewhere. So we need card number 14. The Guardian. 12 skill, 9 health. Okay. Our marching order is Mage and then Warrior, because the Mage is going to have +4, did we say? +4, so that puts you on 10, and that puts you on 10 as well. So 10 versus 12. We're in serious trouble here. I've got what cards have I got left? I've got 1 block card, and that's it. Okay, here we go. So the Mage is up first. 10 versus 12. Okay, that's not great news. I'm going to use a luck. Here we go again. That is huge news. So 12 versus, we can put you up to a 6 and we put you up to a 2. So 12 versus 8 is 4. We do 4 damage to the Guardian. They've only got 9 hit points. We almost did half. Okay, the Warrior is up. Oh, that one's cocked. I'm going to re-roll it. I missed the thing. It's a 2. 4 versus 2. Then we're going to have to take a luck to re-roll. Here we go. I wonder if I can use the net. We should try it, right? Hold on. Let's do another attack. Oh my lord, that's great. So we're on 10, they're on 12. So let's put these up to that. So we've got 6, they've got 4. That's 2 damage plus another damage from our sword. That's 7 damage. Now, let's try and use the net. If you decide to use this net for any other reason, you look at card 26. Hopefully we can tie up the Guardian. Here we go. Let's have a little read. If you use the net in regular combat situation, target one enemy who will suffer -2 to their skill for 1 round of combat. The net may also be used as a rope. Additionally, there is a specific situation where the net may be effective. That's fine. So for this next round of combat, they are at -2. So it's 10 versus 10 versus the Mage. Here we go. That is 7 versus 7. It's a tie. I'm going to have to use a luck. Right, here we go again. It is, oh, hold on. Yeah, they're at -2, that's fine. So they've got 6, we've got 4. Let's use another luck. We're up to 4 luck. Here we go. I just need to roll higher than them. That is the one, right? That's 11 versus 8. So that's 3 damage to the Guardian, who is now dead. We put that there. Okay, we've used the net. That goes over there. Let's have a read of this card. You find nothing of value. Man. Oh, I must have got this. Oh no, this would be here, right? So I was like, I must have got this wrong because I can't put this here, but this would technically be there. Okay, I'm going to move that up. Room number 22. Here we go. There is a chest. You find the chest containing the Orb of Lucis. You must now place 3 coins in the correct order in the slots on the chest going from left to right. Choose an order, then flip this card. If you do not have all of the coins, your adventure continues. I don't have an order. What do you mean? What do you mean put them in an order? I mean, I know it said that on the first card, but do I put them in the order of where we found them? Maybe. I've got nothing to indicate what order. Let's go yellow. Let's go green. Let's go red. Yellow, green, red. Here we go. The correct order is blue, green, red. If you placed, hold on. Oh, look. No, that doesn't make sense. Does it? If I turn you over. What room did we find the dragons paintings in? Yeah, red. Blue is a clue over here. I thought they were going to be the clue. Anyway, let's carry on. Sorry. If you place the coins in the correct order, it opens and you gain the Orb of Lucis. Otherwise, the chests vanish and you have failed miserably. The door opens ahead. In the sunlight, you find your fellow heroes, the ones you lost in room 7, waiting outside. Success. This is a standalone adventure. I wonder how. I mean, it can only be these clues, right? So here is a clue for 3 reds. Oh, is that it? So if we find, did I find the yellow clue? I don't know if I did. The green clue is 2, and the blue clue is 1. 1, 2, 3. I'm an idiot. The evidence is here, look. Oh, man. Well, look, there you go. This was the Fighting Fantasy Adventure, the Orb of Lucis, the sort of the demo mission. I hope you enjoyed it. And it took us a while to get there. We've played through all of it, and obviously you see there's some replayability. You'd go through and do it all again. Don't know if I'd necessarily want to do it all again, and I think that's probably my overview for this game. It's interesting. Is it going to be more fun multiplayer? Quite possibly. I think it's great and it's kind of advertised that way. It's an RPG light, right? If you want to get into RPGs, this probably isn't the worst game to play. It'd be interesting to know if the other missions are different in their format. I mean, obviously not too different, but if they've got more about them. But I put out an unboxing video, and one of the comments was, having grown up with these books and they're a big part of their life, having just this little bit of text is maybe a step away from what those books, because part of those books were about the story. It was about the story, but it was also setting the scene for each room you go in. Whereas here you get your map and you get your bit of info. So, you know, is it enough to be somewhere near the books? And then the flip side of that, is there enough game to make it a game? And you know, I'm not a huge fan of luck, dice rolling mechanisms. Although they can be fun, they sometimes are a little bit short. I think the short answer for me, this is probably one that I Don't know if I'd get to the table again unless I'm playing it with a group of friends. But I can see why this would be absolutely up some people's street and how they would and why they would enjoy it. But I think it's just a little light for my liking, especially with playing games like Gloomhaven and Frosthaven and all of those sorts of games. It's just a little too generic for my liking. You know, I do like the story setting element, and it feels like some of that is detracted from this. You know, I think musty smell equals something to search. Doesn't quite lead into the same. You go into a room and there's it's damp and there's mold and there's all of that stuff that the setting sets aren't in this book or aren't in this this version of the books. I can see why people play it. I can see why some people would absolutely a nostalgia trip and would be right up their street. I don't know if it's for me. It's just a little too generic. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, let me know your thoughts. Hopefully, if you're picking it up, great. Let me know the reasons you are picking it up, and let me know your thoughts on it once you've got it and when you've played it. I think it's due to retail pretty soon and is delivering the Kickstarter fairly soon as well. This was Fighting Fantasy. It should be available fairly soon. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. If you enjoyed this and want to support the channel, check out the Patreon. We've got loads of videos, including some more of this, me playing through this the first time round and learning the rules. But there you go. This was Fighting Fantasy Adventures. Thank you so much. I'll see you soon.